Hey, it's me again. After like a month of being silent. So yeah, I don't want to drag out the intros. I hate dragging out intros. I have nearly completed this year-long project of mine. This 3D modular dungeon-themed asset pack, or as I like to call it, Dungeon Red. So just before, the goal of this stream is I'm not building any, or I am building something. I'm not modeling, I'm not texturing, I'm not UV mapping. I'm just creating some layouts, and I'm trying to get some footage so I can put it into my, I don't know what the technical term is, my advertisement video for this pack. So feel free to ask any questions, and I just kick it with me. I know I put the disclaimer, I may or not may respond, but I'll probably respond, because at this point it's like I don't need to focus. I don't need to, I don't need to zone in and like, oh, I gotta paint this and detail this. So let me just walk you through this real quick. So I'll full screen that. And I left the music in the background. I don't know if it's too loud or not, but at this point I don't care. I just need something in the background, and I don't want to find ambient music. So I'm like, okay, I have music, I guess I'll just use mine. So anyway, let's get into this. So probably be easier to show it through the this asset browser, but yeah, you can kind of tell I'm kind of hyped about this. Like I've been waiting for this fucking moment, man. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, just give me 1 second here. This is the point of these streams. The whole point of these streams is for me to figure out where things need to be fixed and corrected. Hopefully I did that correct. No, I did not. Yeah, okay, so this is the better way to demonstrate this. So we have 4 main categories in this pack. Hero assets, which again I'm not 100% sure if that's the proper term, because hero assets are higher detailed and all that. Anyway, hero assets, you get banners, barrels, crates, books, burlap, which use your imagination. I don't know. I guess that looks like grain or rice. You get candles. So as you can see, the materials are split: metal, stone, and wood variants. Took me quite a while to do. I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna kind of demonstrate this. So maybe I'll just turn off the lights for now, and hopefully I'll remember that when I turn that light setting off, that it goes dark. Because before I was tripping. I was like, oh shit, I screwed something. Anyway, pay attention to this top left here, and you can kind of. Oh wait, do I need to turn on screen cap on there as well? I don't see it making a big deal, a big difference. Fuck it. Yeah, it won't turn on. I don't know why. Probably because I'm on the new Blender version. Anyway, just pay attention to this top left here, and I can guide you through the names here. So, or you can look at the asset shelf, and it doesn't make a difference. Candle A, candle B. Okay, so you get tall, skinny ones and short, fat ones. Come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And then I called this a candle stand, and I guess it's called a candelabra or a candelabra. Look, I'm not a dungeon guy. I'm not an expert on. I'm not even into like medieval fantasy stuff, so kind of strange why I took on this project. But anyway, I'm just gonna call it candle stand because that's what I named it. If you want to call it something else, if you want to correct me, then hey, feel free to do so. So again, the A and B variants. Okay, so these are the metal. A lot of variants. I'm going to be using that word a lot. So you get candle A stand, candle stand A metal, candle stand B metal. Hopefully it makes more sense when you go through and use it. and exclusive to the Blender file, not for any other reason other than because I couldn't export these flames in the regular, let's call it this. This pack comes in 3 versions, okay? The starter pack, which is free, you test it out, play with it. The booster pack, which is all of the models exported. And then the source pack, which is actually what I've been using right now, the Blender file. So these animated flames, not fires, are exclusive to the source pack, the 3rd tier of the pack. And so I could not figure out a way to export these animated flames as an object, like as a standalone object. So I guess the disclaimer is not everything shown will be in that included in the pack. I don't know, just assume that the source pack is the everything included. It's kind of hard to describe. So anyway, let's continue. You got A, you got B, you got A with flame, B with flame. Again, flames are exclusive to the source pack. As you can see, we got stone. I'll kind of hurry up because I know you don't have to look through all of it. Stone and wood. That's kind of the deal here. So again, back still in hero assets under objects, we have these cards, which are metal, stone, and wood. Now, why would you have a metal and a stone card? To that I say, I don't know. I just made it, for the purpose of having variety. And again, it goes with the chairs, right? Again, I'm not a dungeon crawling guy. I'm not like a medieval fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type of guy. So maybe metal chairs exist in those settings at this bench. Or, maybe they're made out of stone, okay? Like, I don't know. To me, wood makes the most sense. Like, it's fabricated, I'm like at a loss of words. I don't know. Wood to me just makes sense for like furniture. Let me be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen a stone chair in my life, but I could be wrong. They might be out there. So again, going down the category list, we have these chandeliers. I call them chandeliers. I'm pretty sure that's pronunciation. But again, metal, stone, wood. And like I said before, exclusive to the Blender file, the animated flames come with like metal, stone, wood. I'm gonna be saying that quite a lot, so just settle in, get used to that. So moving on, we have chests. We actually have 4 variants of these chests. Can't remember what I called them. It was like unique or something like that. Let me just look at the pack. Common. Okay, yeah, I called them common. So again, these are separated and parented appropriately. So assuming, I don't know what game engine you use, but you throw this into your game engine, you can kind of go into the mesh data and animate it separately, and the origin points make sense, right? Like they line up. So okay, yeah, we got a metal chest, A metal. So yeah, it goes in like A, B, and C. So you can think of like small, medium, large. I just go A, B, C because letters are much more simpler to work with. So again, it's these chests, metal, stone, and wood. I like the wood chests. I'll admit the wood chests are probably my favorites. I just like the look of them. They feel like very I don't know, Zelda-like or something. And I threw in the common ones because I was like, early into this project, I was learning how to do this pixel art, texture painting stuff, and I'm like, I don't want it to go to waste because, to be honest, a lot of things went to waste. I had to scrap a lot of content or objects in this pack, but yeah, again, you get A, B, and C, right? You get those variants. Let's move on. We get coffins, coffin A, coffin B. Again, they're parented. I don't know. Again, I just put it like a door hinge. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to slide off or something. You can deal with that, right? That's for you to. Excuse me. That's for the end user to play with. So again, like they're separate, right? Like they're two different models. They're just parented together. So again, metal, stone, and wood. And if you're wondering, like if you're noticing a pattern here, I'm actually using the exact same textures. There's three main textures, like metal, stone, and wood. So I applied it to just about a lot of things here, so why did I do that? One, for consistency. It looks consistent across, like, you know, if I put this coffin next to this chest, it's like, oh, it's made from the same wood material, whatever. And, oh, okay, I lied. That was the second reason. The main reason I did it was because I'm lazy, and it was easier to work with. So you get debris. Debris is, it's not metal, stone, wood. It's actually using some rock textures. You can kind of see here, like rock A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, there's no G. I'm kind of undecided on this one. I feel like this is too square of a profile for this debris. So I may swap that out. I may adjust that in the final build, but I kind of don't want to, because every time I make one change to one model, I have to duplicate it like 12 times, because it's hard to explain. I'm not going to get into it, but it's a lot of administrative work, which honestly I hate doing. And then we have the stone debris, which again is using the stone trim sheet. We got some food, you know, if you're hungry. We got bowls, plates, mugs, cups, okay, cup A, cup B. Meat A half, meat slice, chicken A, okay. Cheese, cut, cheese. I'm not gonna go through it all, I'm just showing you, right? So you get a little bit of variety with the food. What else we got here? Fountains. These ones are kind of cool. Again, metal, stone, wood, metal, stone, wood. Very, very repetitive, I know. This one's cool. I actually had to cut out quite a bit of gems, because the more I created, the more I was like, okay, well, I have to texture paint these uniquely, and it's not fun. They're not fun anymore. After you've done this for like a year, it becomes work. Again, graves. I don't know, maybe these look like windows to you, but I guess you could repurpose them as windows. I honestly don't really care, but again, I don't think I've ever seen a metal grave before. Stone ones make sense. I mean, like, that makes a lot of sense. Wood graves? I don't know. You decide. You be the judge of that. Keys. We got key ring, key A. Again, this was like painstakingly unwrapped and assigned and all that, so it doesn't look like much, I know, but that's kind of the point. I want it to not look like it's like... It's hard to explain. There's just so much damn effort that went into this thing. Okay, metal keys, and then I put them together, the ring and the two keys, so... And it's the same thing, you get the stone variant. You know, like, okay, stone, stone, stone. Wooden keys? I don't think I've seen before. I mean, maybe they exist? I don't know. I don't really have any wooden keys. Usually like metal. Ladders I made. Metal ladder I can kind of see as a thing. Stone ladder, wood ladder. Oh yeah. Lantern post. So this one, again, trying to remember how I exported it, but I think the flame is in there. It kind of looks like this maybe, right? But it's not animated. It's animated in the Blender file. You get, oh, this is metal. This is not stone. So yeah, metal lantern with chain, metal lantern with sconce. I think that's the technical term for this torch holder. I call it a sconce. Could be a wall mount, I don't know, but... And again, same idea, stone, 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 wood, wood, wood. Levers, oh, that's something I didn't really use in the layouts yet. levers. You got like a small one, a medium-sized one, and a big one. Okay, cool. So again, stone, wood. Trying to, I don't know, I guess it's kind of boring to look at. I mean, it kind of makes... The fun part comes later, when I start assembling and building. I just want to make a mention of these two paintings I did. I'm actually very happy with how they turned out. Say what you will about my my skill as a pixel artist or spriter. Oh, I don't do sprites. I don't know. I guess I've never done pixel art characters, just like scenery. But I'm pretty fucking happy with it. And if you don't like it, then I say to that, shut up. And what is this one? Pedestal. So like a sword pedestal or a... I intended for a sword to be in there, and I'll show you in a little bit. So metal, stone, wooden one. This one was kind of difficult to do. Potions, they don't look exactly how I envision them, but you get like a vial of potion A, you know, like a red small potion, a bigger green potion. And this one was just, I wanted to break up the uniformity because these look pretty simple, right? So I wanted to do something a little bit more complex. So, and it is not, it's just one model. Like that's not a removable like lid or anything like that. Try not to go too crazy on it. Pottery, which I ended up calling jars, but was too lazy to rename them. So you got like big jars. Yeah, you get the idea. But here you can see I started learning how to use stencils instead of just smearing things with like pixels. I started using stencils and creating patterns, so it's kind of cool. What else? Rocks. These are the rocks that were used in the debris over here. So I kind of just used the same material, and again, you get a few different sizes here: small, large, not so large. Shelves. So again, I've never really seen a stone or a metal shelf, but for your purpose, maybe it works. And I did two types. So the A variant is just like a standing shelf, like a bookcase, and then the B variant is like hanging, like it's intended to be hanging off a wall. And if you look closely, this is kind of funny, but these chains are made out of wood. They are not metal. These chains are made out of stone. But yeah, these chains are made out of metal. So what else? Signs. Okay, so this was the first sign I did. Take it as a sign of... No, I'm not gonna make a dumb joke. This was just the common one, like the unique one. Metal sign, stone, and wooden sign. I kind of like the wooden one. I like how it turned out. Moving on, we got tables. Man, this feels like a lecture or something. We got metal tables, we got big ones, square ones, round ones. This one that looks like it's cut from like boards of wood, but are metal for some reason. And again, we do the same thing. Okay, stone. I think the wood, again, for these ones, I really think the wooden ones shine, or, you know, they look the best. And I'm starting to think, no, I'm not gonna think. I'm not gonna edit, I'm not gonna worry about anything. I don't care at this point. I was gonna say, I was starting to think that maybe I should have broken up this geometry a little bit more so it's not so stretched out and pixelated. But again, I don't care at this point. I'm like, torches, this one's kind of cool. So again, that was that sconce I talked about. I used in the chain lantern. This torch is fucking sick. I am so happy with how this one turned out. I made this model towards the end of this project, so maybe like a month ago or so. And there's a huge step up from like, I don't want to brag, I don't want to get too into it, but looking at a reference and modeling it and really helped. So I probably should do that more. Look at references. Always a good idea. And again, the flame, animated flame in the in the torch. And I actually drew that that flame. I drew the 4 frames for the flames. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I gave them a little like spin, you know, they like curl in, kind of like, yeah, it's cool, really cool. So again, you get metal torches, you get stone torches, which again I haven't really seen before, but you know, that's fine. Wooden sconces, wooden torches, which I think would be a bad idea to have a wooden torch, because I feel like it would burn like the moment you lit it up. Moving on, we get weapons. Yay, it just never ends. So I wanted to give a variety of weapons, right? These were done kind of early on in the development of this pack, so they may not be the most detailed. But to go through it, you get a metal staff, so I guess for magic users, you get a metal sword. For knights, you get a metal shield. For what's another fantasy? Thieves, yeah, thieves use shields, sure, why not? Get a bludgeon. I looked it up. I was gonna call it a mace, but a mace to me is like a spiky ball that you hit people with. So I guess I looked up like a bludgeon, I guess it's called. So then I went with made a few axes, like a one-handed axe, a two-handed axe. These are just designations. I don't care how you do it. I mean, maybe you could hold a two-handed axe in one hand, I don't know. And a hammer. I mean, you gotta have a hammer, right? And yeah, this is the metal hammer. I wish I made a gear so I could make a Metal Gear Solid kind of joke, but and I made a weapon rack, so you can kind of place all these. Oh wait, I forgot to show you the bow, the quiver, and the arrow. All of them metal, because why not? So yeah, like I said, I made a weapon rack so you can stack them all into them. This one might seem a little bit confusing. So the spike trap, why is it in 2 separate things? So I'll just give you a brief demonstration here. So imagine this is on the floor, like in your dungeon layout, and then you can animate. Let me turn off the overlays. You can animate the spikes coming up and attacking whoever, or in your animation. And I did the same thing with. You have to grab the bottom of it here. It's kind of a thing. I did it so that you can put these onto walls. So like if you rotate them and you put them on like a wall, so you don't need that whole base. So I made it a few variants. So like yes, you can have a whole trap dedicated like on the floor, very easy to notice, or you can stick these onto the wall and then just animate them like poking out. And these are your little telltale signs. These little squares. So again, same thing, went with stone variants. You know, you get the idea, right? Stone arrows, which again, kind of weird. A wood bludgeon, you know, a wooden sword, wooden staff, which to me makes sense. And this one, yeah, like the wooden weapon rack makes the most sense to me. A wooden bow makes sense. Wooden arrows, maybe. And that is all the hero assets, okay? That's a lot. Now, let's go through the modular assets. Yeah, it just doesn't end here, like this. So modular, again, using the metal, stone, wood system. For these doors, you can kind of see they come in 2 halves. Why was that? Because they're animatable, or they're openable. I don't know what the term would be. Right, okay, and it goes for all of them, right? These are pretty thick doors, but hey, it's not my problem. So yeah, it comes in like door A, door B, door C. And yeah, they're all parented and origined appropriately, so you know, assuming like you're building a game, you're like, okay, I got his door, I got this door. and then yeah, like you can animate it so whatever, you know, maybe it's a cutscene like in Resident Evil, maybe the player just goes through. I don't know your game. I really don't know what you're making, but just trying to give options, just trying to give bit of variety in what people can do with these packs, or with this pack, this one pack. No, I was tripping for a second. I'm like, yeah, okay, and yeah, wooden. You can kind of see like the bottom of it's textured too, so that's kind of cool. And okay, this one's gonna take me a bit of time to explain, so let's get into it. So we got fence a metal. Let's just look at the A part for now, because it'll make more sense. Fence a metal, fence a mid metal, fence a end metal. Okay, so why did I do it that way? Let me explain. Not like that. Not like that. Like that. So these, like the whole point of this pack being modular is that you can put it down in the dungeon and then repeat it. Sorry. You can repeat it however you want, right? Let's just do it that way. Notice how like the end is missing. It's always missing. So I had the clever idea of, okay, let's say they make it 2 spaces long, and you just take an end cap and you throw it on there. There you go. You now have a fence. Or for example, let's say for whatever reason, I can't remember the exact reason. I had something to do with like walls. Like if you place them into walls, you'll have like the mid piece. So you kind of assemble it as you see fit. You get what I mean? So anyway, I did that for pretty much. Just undo a bunch of this. I don't want to fuck up this pack. And I have been, you know, I saved a ton of versions, so I'm not afraid of like losing any progress. Anyway, yeah, I thought I was like tripping for a second. Excuse me. These are fences, right? Fences. The majority of them, or all of them, I suppose, are modular. You can kind of. Yeah, I'm not gonna let that bug me. I know that's gonna bug me. But you know, that's what maybe that's what bug fixing is all about, or no, I'll do like an update. What the hell is this thing? Did you see that? It's gone now. Yeah, so the idea being yeah, I'm not gonna fuck around with origin points. If it's glitchy or if it's like, hey man, it doesn't line up, it's like, look, I am fucking exhausted. I'm gonna fix it later. Origin point, back at it again. Happy holidays. Hope the pack is going well. Hey man, you too. Yeah, no, it's going more than well actually. I'm pretty much done with it. I actually just wanted to dedicate this stream to building layouts, so I can do my advertisement video. But I'm just kind of rambling on and kind of just giving the gist of like how this pack works, what's it about. See, like that fucking works, right? Like that works fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. I know me. I'm gonna fucking redo it and then fuck around with it more. So I'm just gonna leave it. See, like that's the goal. Like the majority of them work like that. It just works. Like, but yeah, this pack is pretty much done with. I just need to build out layouts and get footage of me actually using it. So you get the idea. I mean, yeah, like they all get to, you know, just seamlessly copy, paste, rotate by 90, and they all work. You know, they all snap together. And I already explained the beginning, beginning, middle, end piece, so I'm not gonna go over it again, but same idea, right? The same exact idea. You can just create your own length of, what are these, fences, and then cap it off as you see fit, or depending on your layout. So again, you know, that was the metal. These come in stone variants, wood variants. Floors, these ones are kind of cool. So I came up with a few floor pattern designs. I learned how to what's the term, texture bake them, so they should be optimized. And if you want to see, they're fake. They're just cubes that were flattened. So And I'll show off the shininess and all that crap later, but I just want to go over the basic idea of what these are. So you get floor A, B, C, D, E, F, all the way to L, right? So I gave a few different types. Again, I didn't try to make it too colorful, too bright and cheery, because I'm like, well, this is a dungeon, right? So, in my opinion, like, a dungeon should be... Which one? Test one? Yeah, okay. A dungeon should be, you know, dark and scary. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. They look good, great work, liking the textures. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Onto gates. So, oh shit. Gates are different from those doors because they are supposed to take up 2 spaces. I can show you real quick. I'll just throw those together. A gate is the length of 2 floors, and the door is the length of 1 floor tile. Anyway, I mean, I'll let I'll let the user experiment around and play with it. But the same idea, right? These gates each have their origin points fixed, so you can open and close them. I'll just turn off the overlay so you can see it better. And they are kind of broken up. They were broken up. Again, I'm not gonna worry about it. Because I know how much that's gonna bug me. But the idea was that, like, yeah, like you move one piece, it moves like that, right? I don't know, I must have messed up the parenting or something, but again, I'll let the users figure out the bugs and errors, and I'll just patch it or update it in the future. Maybe, hopefully. I mean, to be honest, I kind of just want to be done with this damn thing and never touch it again, and never, ever, ever look at a dungeon. But no, I'm just playing. So again, you get pillars A to P. I don't know how many that is. That's a lot. $22. Okay, yeah, it's 22. 22 pillars that come in metal, stone, and wood. Okay. Rails, same idea as the fences. You get the mid piece, the end piece, so you can extend it how you see fit, and cap it off whenever you're ready, or depending on your layouts. And they pretty much just go over and over, like, it's the same idea. Rails, I think, were smaller than fences. Fences, I think, would come up to like chest height. Rails are like probably knee height or something. Really depends. Like, again, like, there's no real structure to any of this, to be like. I mean, I imagine at one point there was, but I can't remember what it was at this point, so we'll just go with what it is. And I'll be the first to admit, these were meant to be wooden. Like, I have never ever seen a metal pillar, a metal... Like, yeah, you can clearly see this was made to be wood. But anyway, I included the variants, just because... like, in wood it looks... It makes the most sense. Moving on to stairs. Okay, so we got stairs, not rails. Stair A metal, and stair B. So, I broke up stair B into its landing and steps, just to give you that much, like, a little bit more modularity, or if you just want the whole thing. And yeah, steps, or whatever they're called, stair A, are not modular. It's just like one chunk, right? Just like one piece. And it goes like that for metal, stone, and wood. Just never ends. This shit just never ends, I swear. So you'll notice that these walls, wall A to wall L, are using the exact same textures as, where are they? The floors. And that was intentional. Because of laziness, and because I want, like, a cohesive look, right? If you have, like, I don't know what you call this, cobblestone, flagstone, then, if you have the floor and the wall, it looks more like a uniform look. Anyway, continuing on. Again, I have never seen a wall, a palisade, those like wood spikes, those kind of walls. I've never seen them in stone, and I've never seen them in metal. But this is the first time for everything, right? So, and what else? What else? What else? You got prison walls. So if you're making like a jail, or if you're guarding something, like I don't know, like weapon racks or food storage. And then I did you know, same idea. You get a door, swings open, kind of thing. You make your own little box prison or whatever. Walls. Okay, so this one needs a bit of explaining, and I can bring over some doors just to explain it. I'm not really a fan of moving all this stuff, but I'm undoing it. Oh crap. Okay, yeah, here we go. So, you call it artistic expression, malleable metal. There we go. Yeah, it's yeah. That's just artistic expression. That's what the designers demanded. So these doors, or these walls, come in variants. Okay, they come in wall. No, let me just read it because it's kind of confusing. Wall door A. A refers to the material. O1 refers to the section. And I know before you say, I know it's like, hey man, this is door A. Why does this fit into door 1? Look, you just shut your mouth, alright? Like, you're not the one doing this, I am, so, no, not for real. It's just how I decided it would make more sense. If I have wall L, okay, then I know if I take a wall door L, right? Again, wall doors are, you know, meant to put the doors in. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but I did it for a reason, and it's not very organized, so if you got a problem with that, then you keep it to yourself, alright? But yeah, same idea. Wall A all the way to L, right? So they come in those different shapes, so you can kind of experiment around what kind of door you want to fit into what kind of wall. And then windows, like, I'll be the first to admit, these are just gravestones that were recolored, right? Don't tell anyone. And these were done kind of quickly, so they may not be the best kind of textures, they may not look as detailed as everything else, but I don't know, maybe you just make a dungeon that doesn't have windows, right? Maybe that's the solution here. Okay, finally the fun part. I've been waiting to get to this point. Prefabs. So, I took the time to make a handful of prefabrications, I call it prefabs. Again, metal, stone, wood. Why did I do that? Because it is very... Look, I'll be the first to admit it. It's very boring, it's very tedious to take every individual object that you want and to put it in and to put it neatly and nicely. So I did it for you. So you got like a box of potions, box of food, you got some dishes to do, because I know, I mean, let's be the first to admit, you got dishes in the sink. I know you do. You gotta do more dishes. A jar full of fucking swords and staffs. You got a few of these burlap sacks, you know, just to look like, oh, you're a traveling merchant who needs to do his dishes. Anyway, so I did that. You know, a jar of arrows, which to me is kind of makes sense. So that's one prefab. That's prefab cart A metal. And this is what I was talking about earlier, about the prefabs look great. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. This is what I was talking about with the pedestal, when I was like, they were intended for swords to be in them. And if you look closely, I added a little gemstone, you know, just to make it look a little bit unique. So that's prefab pedestal A metal. Yeah. You'll get used to these terms the more and more you work with this. And of course, you know, every dungeon needs a bookshelf. Wait, let's be real. It's not a dungeon if it doesn't have a fucking library or a study or any of that stuff. So again, I took the time to, you know, like tilt them so they look not so like straight and uniform, because I feel like that's kind of boring. I put some candles on there, you know, scattered some gems, some potions. What else? I think that's all I did. What else? Okay, and this table, so the little table. So I don't know, maybe it's a bit of world building or whatever you call it, but To me, I was like, okay, someone was here. They put down the metal staff and a wood staff because that's what they had, and they laid out their gems on the table and they're deciding. They're like, all right, which and a key for whatever reason they had a key, but they're like, all right, which gem am I gonna slot into my staff, kind of thing. You feel me? This is the fun part of working with this dungeon pack. Everything else was a fucking pain in the ass. Right? So again, here's another table. Maybe there's like an axe and a what was it called? A bludgeon. And the guy's got a lantern, and oh no. I knew this was gonna bug me. So just a side note here. I went through and redid these lanterns so they'd have that clear material on them, right? Okay, unlit candle here and unlit candle, you know, you can see through it. But I forgot to change this one. I forgot to change that one, so that's kind of bugging me, but I can't let it get to me. Not now. Maybe off stream actually I'm gonna make a note. I'll make a note real quick. And that's part of the problem I have with this pack. I'm very picky about let me just look at that prefab name. Prefab table beta. Prefab table. And there was, I think it was a fence. I can't remember. Yeah, it's I cannot turn this off. Would use the tables as different upgrade tables. It's soot from burning hey, yeah, there you go. There you go. I like this. This guy's adding to the world building just like that. I like it. So yeah, you get the idea. It's like, okay, he's got books, he's got a torch in there and a lantern. Was he burning the books? Was he reading things like forbidden knowledge? I don't know. Was he gonna bludgeon a guy for the books? And then yeah, you know, a box of some extra books, you know, maybe they're signed copies, or you know, he's got some, or maybe he's a writer, you know, maybe he's like, you know, I gotta sell these books to people, so. So, and you know, I did a few tables. I laid out a spread of food. I'm like, you know, what would people eat in a dungeon? Like cheese, fruits, veggies. Do I have any? Yeah, that's a veggie. Carrot's a veggie. Some bread, some meat slice. Now, what type of meat that is, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. I'm not gonna say what it is because I didn't really intend it to be any sort of animal. Maybe it's a fantasy animal. Maybe it's a Pokemon. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. So, you know, I did a few variants. Okay, one guy's a meat eater. He just needs a slab of meat and a piece of fried chicken. Why do they have fried chicken in a dungeon? I don't know. Chicken and cheese. You got, you know, some chicken. You know, a plate of fruit and veggies. I think I made a vegetarian variant, but eh. So again, looking at more of these, you know, guy's got a jar on the table, he's got a couple of potions, his key, his torch, his lantern. Maybe he's going out somewhere, or, you know. This one's kind of cool. This one I imagine is like an archer was laying down his bow, you know, laid down his quiver, had like a box of arrows that he bought from like this merchant or something. And again, I think, I'm going to admit, I think I just reused the exact same kind of layout between food tables. But you can kind of see here, it's a bigger table, it's a grand feast, so maybe they just had meat. I don't know where they got the chicken and an apple? I mean, do you eat an apple with your meal? I don't know. I've never really been in a dungeon, so I wouldn't know. And like I said, these shelves, like these shelf B, are meant to be hung on walls. So you come across a wall and you're like, oh shit, there's loot. You know, I got gems, I got candles, I got some cups, a jar. I don't know why, I really like putting the torch and lantern together. I feel like that was like just made sense to me at the time. And weapon rack, so this is what I was saying earlier, that the weapon rack was designed to hold weapons. So again, I did it for you. And I don't mean that sarcastically, like I honestly had a blast putting all this together. It was like really, it was like playing with toys kind of thing, you know, like playing with like army men, coming up with ideas. And so yeah, these I already showed in the card, but you know, not jar, creative potions, creative books with lantern, jar of arrows, dishes, you know, dirty dishes to do, and you know, just a crate of food because I feel like every good dungeon needs a crate of food. And I'm not gonna go through it all again because we just saw it, but you know, it comes in stone and it comes in wood. And finally, we're almost at the end here before I actually get into building a layout. Carpets. Now, excuse me. Now, I feel like a dungeon is not complete without some carpets. And the way I designed it was so that they could be extended, you know, indefinitely, but at the same time, you can also have these corner pieces. It doesn't really show that. Have like a corner piece, right? So then you want to continue it. You get the idea, like these, yeah, something like that. So you get these 90-degree angles and these straight ones. So just again, and it does that for the red carpet. I was gonna call it a dungeon. The red carpet, the blue carpet, the green carpet. And I tried to give them different designs. I didn't go too crazy with it, but. And finally, it's like, what the hell are these? These are cracks. Cracks that are meant to be placed over the over your floors and walls to just break up the monotony of it. And I'll admit, I'm kind of thinking now maybe I should do like foliage, like, you know, vines and leaves, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. Not gonna think about it too much. But yeah, I mean, these are just cracks that you throw, and a spider web. I feel like that's a pretty fucking big spider web. It's the size of like a floor tile. But again, I'll let the end user resize and, you know, do what they want with it. I just try to make things uniform. And finally, this animated flame texture. Again, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I am not a pixel artist or spriter, but I did my best to follow a couple of tutorials to figure out how to make let's see the individual frames here, right? Yeah, with a little bit of color tweaking and a little bit of animating, it you know, it looks like this. So I'm happy. And last but not least, the trim sheets. These trim sheets are the stone, metal, and wood. Stone, metal, and wood trim sheets that you've been seeing through almost everything on this in this pack. And why did I do that? Again, I wanted to do it for consistency. This was a new technique that I learned. And to be honest, it really sped up the workflow to just focus on those three textures as opposed to making an individual unique texture, kind of like with the gems for every object. That would truly drive me insane, more so than I already am right now. Okay, I've been kind of hiding this, I've been holding out, but I'm going to show you one last thing. All of these models, well, that's not really good. Oh yeah, all of these models come with their own roughness maps, with their own normal maps. So the light will react to them differently, you know, depending on how you light it. I have this shitty default lighting that you can kind of see. Maybe. Some things look wet, like the stone looks really wet. I could care less at this point. Don't use it if you don't like it. The metal has like a sheen to it, has like a bit of bumpiness out of it. Yeah, this metal barrel just looks absurd. But again, I'm not gonna worry about it, right? And so yeah, like I was saying, just about every material should have that kind of. You can kind of see it as I move the camera. You can kind of see it looks a little bit shiny, looks a little bit bumpy. I did that because, you know, I'm fucking crazy and I wanted everything to be uniform. If I do it for one object, I gotta do it for the rest of them. But yeah, no, I did it as a learning experience, like first and foremost. This was all to teach me something, and teach did I do, and I learned very, very much. And last but not least, the final thing I want to show, and I'm gonna remember this, remember to turn on those lights. All of these lights are animated, casting shadows. So as you, again, exclusive to the Blender file, but as you place objects down, They cast their own shadows, you know, the light source. And that was good feedback I got from some people in a Discord server. Not mine, in a different one. But they honestly gave me such good feedback. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I was missing this element. And if you're wondering how it's done, it looks a little bit scary, but let's just focus on this one. It's just a spotlight that's shaking and dancing around. That's what's giving it that flickering kind of look to it. And it goes like that, yeah, all these wiggling, wobbling, these are all exclusive to the Blender file. Not because I wanted to entice people, no, not at all. Like, that's not my intention. It's just the nature of how these models were packed. Like, I cannot pack this animated light thing in the whatever you call it, the GLB, the OBJ files. But again, if you're a game designer, I mean, like, you already have the I would assume, you know, if you had the pack, you would have the textures, they're spaced properly, you could make your own little animated flame, and of course, you could add your own light source, as you see fit. Okay, I think that sums up pretty much what this pack is about. No, it does not, there's still more. I'll show you when I start building layouts. I just want to show you the demo lighting layout I did, just to give you a better idea of how this looks. Just make sure one thing. Where's my camera? Right here. Just gonna quickly move my my first-person camera in between, so I can kind of look around and talk about it. Okay. That should be good. So let me do one last thing, just to make sure it runs smoothly. Isolate it like that. Okay. Oh, full screen. So what is all this? Okay. Oh, I already fucked it up. So you can kind of see, like I was saying, with everything having that bumpiness, that wetness to it, that applies to the walls, the floors, and a lot of the materials. And in case you're wondering, it's like, oh, that's a lot of geometry. No, it is not. It is just, well, those are. Don't look at those. But no, it is not. It is just flattened cubes. The textures do a lot of the heavy lifting on this. And they react to the lighting and all that. So yeah, and as you can see, you know, I did a little lighting test. I'll zoom out a bit just so you can see it. I wanted to see, you'll have to forgive me, the rendering engine I'm using, Eevee, not Cycles, not that photoreal one, has a bit of glitchiness depending on how many light sources you have, so I kind of have to zoom in to show the light flickering, or the shadows being casted. So they are there, I just have to be close to demonstrate it. And again, using feedback I got from that server, you know, some of the guys were like, okay, well, you know, not every light should be a uniform color, some should be dimmer, some should be brighter. So it may not be that noticeable, but I kind of went through and made, what is this one? So yeah, the metal one I think burns bright, the stone one or the wood one burns a little bit less, and yeah, whatever. Different intensities, different Kelvin, the Kelvin scale. Like, you know, the 3000K, 200 or 2000K. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's just the intensity of like, not intensity, like the color light gives off. Like the sun is at, I don't know, I don't want to give a false idea, but think of like the sun gives off like a yellowish light, a bright LED gives off like a cooler blue kind of light. So I tried to take that into account. It's not accurate, I don't know what the fucking candles in the dungeon would be, but I just tried to make it look yellow and dingy and all that. So let's move over into the next scene, just so we can see, I jumped, okay. Where did I jump? I jumped way too far. So again, another, like, kind of a weird term, I guess you could call these lighting studies. I just wanted to see how each, again, think of metal, stone, wood, and these candles come in A and B variants. So I just wanted to give them all a unique, number one, a unique jittering effect, like that shadows jittering. I want to give all of them a unique one. And number two, I want to give them a unique light intensity and color. Again, we can just walk through this one. This one's actually cool. I really like this. Like, I really like the candle one. It just looks cool in my opinion. So yeah, there's like dark spots and all that. Oh wait, I'm not. There we go. I was wondering. I'm like, because my camera here has like motion blur and it has like a flashlight attached to it. We'll just jump. Okay, and then we'll float. We'll float. Yeah, we'll float. We just come here. I don't know what are these ones? Metal. Okay, so that's metal candle A stand, metal candle B stand. I kind of want to avoid using this rig because it does have like a flashlight which kind of interferes with the light, but yeah, it looks cool. I like it. I like it a lot. You can kind of see like that the light I put on it I think is like a whiter, bluer kind of light compared to like the yellowish orange candle tints. But yeah, so just continue. So let's see these candles, and then the final lighting study. Again, it's not actually a study; it's just a test. I call it studies. I don't know, it sounds more professional. What the hell is going on over here? So let me move this. Yeah, you can see here I'm like in the dark, right? Lighting it up. You can kind of see like that. That's. So let me explain, like, because this looks like a lot going on here. So if I turn this on, don't be afraid. It's a lot on screen, a lot of jittering, a lot of colors. I'm gonna turn it off. Let's start simple. Okay. Each candle has that flickering effect. You know, again, I don't want to keep repeating. You get the idea. Different intensity, different color, different flickering. So the lanterns do that. You know, the lanterns do that. I guess. I don't know why I just said it twice. Torches, they all have that flickering, right? And there's a reason I made these lanterns transparent. I didn't delete them. I didn't delete that the mesh. Like, it's actually just a transparent glass that I painted. Yeah, I mean, altogether it looks kind of like weird, right? Like everything's kind of lit up all differently and they're all jittering, but that's the intention, right? Like, I want it to be like, oh, it's... I don't know, there's something about flickering shadows that add to the spookiness of all this. But yeah, so that was basically the lighting studies I did. Just to test out how everything looks at a glance. You know, like, I wanted to see how bright of an area does the chandelier light up. Okay, yeah, it looks good to me. And the general idea was that the chandeliers should spread the most. Candle, what is it? A candle bra, a candle stand. I'm gonna call it a candle stand. You know, the candle stand. What do you call it? Spreads the second most, and then the individual candles and lanterns, they spread the least. That's good though for keeping things optimized. Don't want a fire particle hogging resources and making render times slow and stuff. Yeah, exactly. What they said. The Cosmic Leo. So like, again, like I tried my best to optimize this, but at a certain point it's in the hands of the game developer or the person making animations with these, right? Like, I can only do so much, and I feel like I've done my best. No, maybe not my best, but I've done what I can to kind of optimize things, right? I tried to keep things low poly, I try to keep things like just simple animated textures and, you know, just animated light sources. But like I was saying, this is exclusive to the Blender file because I could not figure out a way to add those these light sources to the model. So you're gonna have to, assuming you're using these for game dev, which they're intended for, you'll have to add your own light sources and all that. Okay, so that was quite a long intro to what this is all about. So yeah, it's been about an hour of me just yapping away. Let's go to my first demo scene. It's not properly labeled like it should be, but this is the first layout I did before I started naming everything properly. So I might have to redo this one. I might delete it. I don't know. We'll see. Might just keep it in as is. I mean, it makes no difference to me. But I wanted to demonstrate. No, I'm not. Give me 1 second. I gotta throw the camera in there. Gotta find which camera it was. Yeah, just give me 1 moment. Oh my god. Okay, I'll just do it simply. Just throw the origin there, take the camera. Okay, good enough. Turn that off, and I will... Oh, it's because my speed is set so high. Why did I gotta like zoom everywhere? Yeah, we'll just throw him downstairs. I'll just put him here, make sure his light is on. Yeah, perfect. So, and I saved this for last because it's kind of the fun part. Oh wait, I swear I'm not trying to extend this out, but I just have to optimize it a little bit more. Okay, now it should be good to go, I think. So, this is actually, again, exclusive to the Blender file. With this compositor setup I had, you can make... Excuse me, that was awkward. You can make a... I call it a pixelated camera, right? Like, I'll give you an example here. So if I just exit my camera setup, things look pixelated, they have that banding going on, like you can kind of see it in the lights. And to me, I like that aesthetic. Like, I think it looks cool, right? So, like, if... And there's nothing I can do about that light source. That's the dancing light source. I don't know why it's... looks like a spirit kind of thing. But, yeah, the idea was that I mean, this looks cool, don't get me wrong. Without it, it looks fine. You know, it's spooky. Oh, yeah, it's a dungeon, right? But there's something about that lower resolution, that light banding, that just makes it look more like a, I don't know, like a horror game or something. So yeah, that's kind of the last thing I wanted to demonstrate and to just quickly talk about was this camera setup and actually walking through a layout. Again, this is kind of just thrown together as I was building it, so it's not exactly the best layout, but it's better than the other stuff I was building before. So yeah, you can see things have like that shininess, that roughness to them. See, like, there's like a missing floor here. It's like, what the fuck? But yeah, like the idea was that you know, like you walk through, you open the doors, kind of go through, and again, you this is a good way to show it actually. So let me turn off the pixel thing real quick. So the wireframe, it's flat, and the textured, like just the texture itself, you can see it's very flat. But the moment I add lighting, it catches the shadows and it has that bumpiness to it. That's so cool. Like, I'm so happy with how it turned out. You kind of see these walls have like the little bit of bumpiness, a little bit of wetness to them. Yeah, it's good stuff, good stuff. And okay, I am gonna take a break because I've been fucking talking for like non-stop, like an hour. But I want to save this. I want to demonstrate the last piece of this Blender source file thing. This asset browser shelf thing, and it's I'll show it like I'll show it off better in a bit after I get back. But it's intended to be like you just throw things in. Just do it flat. Okay, I don't know where it went. I'm just gonna. That was a bad example. Oh, I know what's going on. That's always happens. Okay. So instead of isolating this, I'm just gonna turn off the rest of things, the other things, so it optimizes it a bit more. Yeah, assets and borders. Okay. Like that. Like that's kind of what I'm talking about. You should be able to just throw stuff down and create your layout. You feel me? And I mean, don't worry, things do snap to the grid. If you re-snap it to the grid, it should snap, right? Like it's designed that way. I can show you with like banners, right? So we take like a red banner, throw it, Alt R, reset its rotation, snap, and then throw it up. There you go. You have a banner. I know that seemed like a lot of steps, but honestly, it is not. Oh, about to sign off for the night. Everything looks good. We'll be interested to look at it when you release it. Great work. I don't think a lot of people understand how much work it is. Brother, you can say that again. Like, this has taken me a fucking year of just learning and tediously doing things over and over and over, and a lot of reading, a lot of like YouTube tutorials, a lot of frustration for sure. You know, definitely. I'm not gonna say this was easy or this was a cakewalk, but I truly appreciate it though. I really appreciate that, and you know, I'd be happy to get any sort of feedback on, you know, oh, this sucks, this looks bad, or this is dope. I don't know. I'm just playing. I appreciate it. I won't keep you though. You know, have a good one, man, and happy holidays. 3D modeling is very undervalued, and there's so much that goes into it. Oh, I know. And yeah, this is what I was getting at. You can just place down your lights as you see fit, kind of thing. Maybe the fog I have in here is a little bit intense, but it's okay for now. So yeah, the idea was like, I intended people in the blend file, like what I'm doing right now, is to walk around your layout in FPS. Maybe turn on the pixel camera, make it like those PS1 horror games or whatever. Throw down some candles, you know, throw down some light sources, light it up. And obviously you could do this like, you know, like zoomed out too, right? And like you do it properly, it's all snapped. Oh, I wanted to show off the torches. That was the last thing I wanted to show before I take a break. Torch, metal, flame. Flame is the subcategory. Hey, happy holidays to you too, man. Hope you have a good one, and I hope you enjoy some much needed time off from whatever you've been up to. So I know I said everything snaps together, but I have adjusted this layout a bit too much, so I'll have to make a new layout to show it best. But I can assure you, things do snap accordingly. Like these, just turn off the extra stuff. Like this should, like as you throw it in. Okay, I throw it in. Let me just delete that one. Delete that one too. Unfortunately, you cannot just throw it on the wall. It kind of fucks up its rotation. So you have to reset, snap, and bring it back. Okay, see, it's rotated that way. Rotate 90. And as I push it back, it automatically fits the wall. And so yeah, I'll do a new layout. Like I know this one's kind of bugged out because like a lot of stuff is like moved around and I have to re-snap a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I'll have to make a new layout because yeah, it's not the optimal way. Like you can see what I mean. The moment I snap, things are off. They are on the grid, it's just everything else is not on the grid, and that's the issue here. But that's all good, that's all good. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in about 10-15 or so, and then we'll do something. We'll build a layout. We'll build, kind of show you this one actually before I go. Oh yeah, this is kind of way too bright. I added way too many lights. Yeah, so this is kind of overdone, like really overdone, but yeah. I'll just keep it in that view. Looks better. But yeah, that like the general idea is like you just zoom out a bit, start throwing stuff down, snapping them to grid, and kind of like that. Like that was the intention, right? Like you just snap, duplicate, snap. And then yeah, like, and that was why I was so picky about the whole rotate 90 degree thing. But But I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll do a new layout from scratch. I just wanted to... I swear, I'm not trying to drag out the intros to these streams or anything, but I really wanted to go over just how much fucking work goes into this thing. Damn. Alright, I'll be back. I'll be back in about 10-15. Before I go, I kind of have like video and slideshow mode on, so you can kind of see like these old layouts I was doing, untextured and kind of nostalgic for me, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna show that to you right now. I'm gonna show these preview videos, so enjoy. Yeah, I'll be back in about 10-15. Okay, I'm back. And I gotta turn back the music on. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm back. So like I said, you know, before I went on break, let's just build a new layout and get an idea of how this all works together. I'm just gonna hide and turn off a few things. Yeah, I'll leave the camera on. What is this dot? Do you see this dot? It's so strange. What is that? Like origin to something? Let's see. This is gonna bug me. I have no idea what this dot is. It's like this one floating. Anyway, okay, I'm not gonna trip out. I mean, it's bugging me, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna get carried away. I'm not gonna play around. Okay, let's throw this at origin and let's start building something. So, it'll give you a good idea of how I'm using this asset browser. So before we begin, let's just make sure we're organized here. So let's call this Demo Scene 04. And mind you, I don't think, maybe I'll leave these demo scenes in the blend file, maybe not, but yeah, things are still subject to change. So let's go with '04 ceiling, then I'll just duplicate that. So we'll go like first floor, second floor, and oh crap. We'll just keep it at because I don't want to get too carried away, right? I don't want to get too ahead of myself on this. I'll make it blue, and then we'll do. I don't know. We'll make these. It goes with blue, orange. Orange looks nice. Okay. So maybe maybe we'll do ceiling at the bottom, so that makes more sense. 1, 2, and then ceiling. Okay, so let's work in the first floor. And let's find some floors to work with. So it's not too many floors, I would say. We have a handful of them, like I said, so. Okay, let's begin. So just for clarity, I have no actual design in mind right now. I'm just building it as I see fit. So let's go with, I like this stone. This one's nice and colorful. Has a bit of variety to it, I guess. We'll go with that one. Okay. So I guess I could talk a bit about it too. Like each tile or each floor tile is like 4 squares, right? 1 2 by 2 kind of thing. So anyway, let's just get into it. I don't know what to talk about as I build this, but we'll figure something out. So I first like to make a square floor, and I'll bring my camera setup. I swear, what is that thing? Like, it's got to be something. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that's. No, it's gonna drive me crazy. You can tell, like, I'm very particular about what I'm seeing, what's in front of me, kind of thing. I'm just gonna bring my FPS camera, so I get an idea of the scale. Slow him down a bit. Okay, so, okay, I feel like that's good enough. Good enough. And I'll just make sure, yeah. Oh, he's not in the way. I thought he was, but he's not. I say he like it's an actual person. It's just the fucking camera. So what I like to do is Alt-D to duplicate, or to instance it's called. And why do I do that? Because if I make a change to one, it changes all of them. Not that you would need to make these kind of changes, but it just helps to know. So let's make it, do instance on the top, instance on the bottom, then let's see how this. I'm surprised at how small this kind of feels, but keep going. There you go. Oh, okay, well, maybe not. Maybe I won't get too carried away because I don't want everything to be one uniform color, right? I want to do like different rooms will have different floor types. So let's. Okay, we got a foundation. Let's call it. Start building up some walls here. So again, just gonna pick random things. That's not random. Maybe it doesn't fit the aesthetic. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't really care about that right now. We'll go with this one. And I like to work in a flat color mode. Just there's no actual lighting going on or anything to distract me. And just for fun, let's make the background black, just because it looks cool. So again, I will start lining things up. You might notice I go Shift S, selection to grid. I do that quite often just to make sure things snap. And so let's just continue. Now, this is something I'm getting used to, that perhaps I don't always need a pillar like in between every wall kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I end up doing that, but maybe it looks best if it's just in the corners. So again, I'm just experimenting around. And once you lay down one of them, once you lay down one, it's kind of easy just to duplicate, rotate, move it, lock the Z axis, so it's only on the X and Y, and then continue, right? And I like to keep my snap setting on because you can kind of see it's very snappy, which is probably not the right term to use, but. And of course, just duplicate it out, move it. Okay, so we got a nice box of a room. This is a good start for me, to be honest. So again, I'm just gonna look at what it feels like to walk around in this kind of a room. Right? Okay, so I have an idea. Maybe I will double up on the walls here. So, and as you can see, everything is under the first floor. Right? So if I turned off the first floor, all of that would go away. Now it's up to you. You can further divide it if you want to categorize all the floors, all the walls. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a very organized person. I don't see that. I'll admit there's definitely a benefit to it, but for my purpose of just building a layout, it's not really that important right now. So again, go back into my camera. I don't know why it zooms like so far out like that, but this is starting to feel a little bit more room like. I don't know what the term would be. One floor up feels too like cramped, I guess. Like what am I doing? I can just copy this whole thing. Yeah, so like if I moved it up one floor, feels kind of crammed. You know what I mean? But if I moved it all another floor up, now it feels a little bit more, feels better it feels much better this way. Okay, so continuing on. Actually, maybe these should be part of the second floor then, actually, now that you mention it. Or, no one's mentioning it, I guess, now that I mention it. So, okay, let's do that. So these sections I will throw into the second floor. And probably this top part too. This is the one thing in Blender that, okay, I got an idea. Just turn off. No, it doesn't work. This is one thing I'm kind of getting used to in Blender, like how I can, like if I were to look up and just drag and select everything, well now it selects the bottom, right? And I don't want that, so I will unselect the bottom, which I do want. And I'll throw that into, well, I'll just throw it into second floor for now. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? You know, second floor, first floor kind of thing. So let's work back in the second floor. We'll throw these pillars up again. And okay, let's think. What do we want this room to be? Okay, I want to put a door here at the front, so let's do that. I'll go wall doors. So what material is this? Wall I. So we can just search. We can go like wall I. No, we cannot. We can go I. Yeah, it's wall door I. I guess it's very particular about. Can we wall star I? No. Okay, just go I. Easier that way. And let's think about, okay, what kind of door do we want? The small door, the big door, the square door? I want a big door because I intend for this to be a sort of a library or like a study kind of room. So throw that down, snap to grid, bring that over. Looks good to me. So now let's find our doors. Remove that eye. So what do we got here? Stone pillars. This doesn't have a stone or a preference. Okay, stone pillars. Let's go with a wooden door. I always like I'll be real with you guys. I always like these wooden doors. Probably my favorite type. Now, I want to make a mention of something in case someone's paying attention or wondering here. When I drag and drop these in, they come with a parented empty here, right? You cannot open the door like that. It becomes like a collection kind of thing. So if I remember it right, you right click, ID data, and make local, I think. Or there was a way to do it. I could swear there was a way to do it. I just have to remember it. There was a way to... Maybe this one? Make local? Oh, this is embarrassing. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a way. So like the idea here is, if I drag a collection, like a collection instance, is there a way to make it local, so I can unparent it and you know, individually turn them around. I could swear I had this figured out before, but unlink? No? Okay, that fucks it up. Where did it go though? It's gone. Maybe this one. Unlink. Or okay, hold on. Right click the collection. No, maybe it's the mesh inside the collection. Instance to scene. No. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do it. Maybe library override, make selected in the content. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I have no fucking idea how this. Unlink. No, that doesn't work. Let me try that. At this point, if I wasn't streaming, I would quickly, I would, you know, like, look it up on Google and then, okay, look at a guy's video, but because I'm streaming, I'm just gonna leave it. Or maybe I'll quickly look at it on my phone. I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Blender collection instance asset browser how to make local. Okay, so object library override. Okay, so okay, object. Okay, yeah, library override. We'll go selected. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. Something about object and object like relations. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do it. I cannot tell you because I don't know. And if I did know, I would tell you. But I don't know. So I can't tell you. Make instance fix. No. There is a way to do this. I swear I did this like the other day. Maybe not, maybe like a week ago or something. Let's see what it is. Well, this really kind of put a wrench in my plan. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I know I'm like, tripping out for nothing. I'm just gonna delete it and redo it. Yeah. Oh, just default. Yeah, okay, it's perfect. I swear, there's a way to fuck around with the settings. You can make it like local, then you can individually turn the doors, but we can't. And there's nothing I can do about it right now. I swear, there's gotta be... I'm not gonna worry. This is my problem. I'll admit, this is like my biggest issue. It's always like fucking around with settings. There's a Blender artist community post here. Let me just look up this setting real quick. Make instances real. Object apply. Oh, there we go. I think that might be it. Control A, make instances real. Hey, I knew it. There we go. Okay, that's the thing. So let me redo that just so I don't know. I love just Googling a problem and like finding a post from like 5 years ago that's your exact issue. So what you can do to reiterate, let's drag a door in here, snap it, throw it into the frame. Okay. Now you're like, I want to open these doors. I want to open them. Let me open them. Let me in. Control A, make instances real, and there you have it. And that empty does nothing now, so you can just delete the empty. So essentially it's like, place down the block, position it how you want it. Are you sure? Yes? Okay, make it real, and don't move it again. Or grab both of them and then move it. But it works. It works. That's dope. I'm really happy with that. Yeah. Oh shit, I turned off the music. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, so that works. That works for me. So... I can't even remember what I was building, like a library or something. We'll just do it, you know, one at a time. Let me remove the second floor, actually. I don't... Oh god, no. This is part of the organizing stuff. You gotta keep everything properly organized, otherwise you could be turning things off that you don't need to turn off. So let's throw that into... second floor. We'll remove the second floor. Okay, so we have a study, a library. I don't know. So it's like a few corridor kind of things, and so kind of think about it. Okay, we enter through this wooden door, and where do we want to go? Like maybe there's something in front of us. Maybe there's like another doorway here. We can come into here. Let's try that. Again, I will preface this by saying like I am not a level designer kind of guy. Like I don't really know architecture or like rooms or like the bounding blocks and rotate them both. But I'm just having fun, right? I'm just screwing around here and trying to have a little bit of fun with this. So I got an idea actually. I'm gonna remove this wall. I'm gonna throw this entrance onto the side here. We'll bring this room one. Yeah, like that. So it's a bigger room. I like that a lot. So it's like a little hallway we come into, open the door again, and then we have like a study, or again, I don't know. I have no idea. Don't ask what I'm doing or how I'm doing. You can ask how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty nice. I'm doing pretty well. I might have to worry about this second floor stuff later, because I feel like it doesn't really apply to what I'm doing right now. Like if I do one floor, I think that works for me, to do one floor first, then worry about the other stuff. So let's continue. I feel like this should be, let's see, let's just walk around for a bit. Where the hell are we? Open the doors. Okay, yeah, nice. There's a hallway here. There's another hallway. So, like, this is kind of weird. I'm like trying to think of. Oh crap. Oh, okay, whatever. Trying to like think of a story of like how this all goes together, but really it's just place shit down and just play around with it. So, okay, let's use our prefabs, because that'll help save me some time. And let's use the wooden ones, because I think they look cool. So what would be in a hallway? Let's ask ourselves that. Maybe there'd be like a shelf. The hanging like by wooden chains, yes. Okay, so maybe there's where would that be? Again, I don't know why it goes like so small like that. Planter guy here. Okay, I kind of like that. We come here, come into our dungeon or our study, pick up a few keys, some candles, some gems, just loot the fucking place. I never said we were a good person, okay? I never said, we could be a thief, we could be the chosen one who's like pillaging the fucking land. We're just looting up the place. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll save your kingdom. Yeah, for sure. Hey, yo, let me get those boots, though. Okay, I'm liking this. Maybe we'll add a shelf here. And this is what I meant. So, yes, everything is snapped, but in case you run into this issue of I can't snap it, I can't put it to the wall. Well, actually, you can. If you move it and you hold shift, you can come into smaller increments, and I kind of do that a lot with objects. So if I snap it, yeah, that's fucked. But if I increment it, it fits. I like that. Okay, where are we? Very tiny. We come in. Oh yeah, there's a bookcase. Got anything good in there? There's a shelf. It's got like the same items for some reason, but okay. Or maybe, hold up. This shelf? Fuck. Every time I hit the minus button, I turn off the music, so it's unintentional. Throw it there. So like, as you come in, okay, there's some shelf here, there's another shelf with some stuff on it, and then you can come in, and then there should be other stuff in here. You can probably move that. So I don't think you'd have a shelf like right at the entrance. That might, maybe you would. Again, I don't claim to know the inner workings of dungeons and dungeon accessories. Oh, I like that. That is dope. I really like that actually. I like the whole lineup of bookshelves. That looks like sophisticated. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, oh shit, this guy reads. It's like, oh man, congratulations, homie. If you get that reference, then yeah. If you don't get it, don't worry about it. It's from an old show. What else? Okay, maybe I need some books. Books. A potion. Oh shit, here we go. Yeah, you know, this guy's got like, you know, potions outside his door, right? I mean, he's like crate of food, you know, he's like a fucking DoorDash or whatever's like waiting outside for him. Oh, I got an idea. No, forget the food. This makes more sense. He's got like a stack of books. Let's put it inside actually. I don't know why this stuff would be outside. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Let's see. That down to one line. Maybe I can push that up. Yeah, there we go. So I just had an idea. Pots. That's good. Pots. Do I have any prefab pots? I don't know. Maybe I do. I swear I do. Okay, yeah, I did have it in wood. So there's maybe a handful of prefab pottery pots. So let's put that, because that's way too narrow for what I was thinking. So let's just put that inside for now. And I'll go to my hero assets. Where's my jars? Sometimes it's nice to just scroll through the whole list, because I kind of, I guess it's muscle memory at this point. I know where everything is, but maybe not everything, but I feel like jars would look nice. And one thing I was going to mention, with objects, you don't always have to be on the grid. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's okay. You know? Sometimes it can look dope without everything snapping so like robotically to the grid. Throw a couple jars in there, you know, throw some stuff in there. Fill out this room a little bit just to make it look. You can do it with braids out. I try to swing the doors open because I'm like, obviously you wouldn't have something there in front of the door, so. Let's put pots, let's put, do rocks belong in a library? That is probably one of the dumbest questions I've asked. I don't think rocks belong in a library. I think books belong in a library. I'm trying to think, what can I put on this shelf? Maybe a table. A table sounds about right. Again, let's just stick to the wooden theme because I kind of feel like it just fits with what I'm doing. So again, this issue of like, oh, it's snapped, but it's in the middle. So let me just drag it out a bit, increment it. So maybe there's like a, I don't know, a table. There's a table. There's a table outside in the entrance. What's on that table? To be determined. I'm gonna say gems, but that's kind of lame to have gems just sit, like precious gems just sitting out there. What would go in a library? Think, man, think. Oh, one thing I forgot, I can probably play with the lighting a bit too. But again, this is like, what the fuck kind of room is this? Like you know what I mean? It's like, so yeah, just meet me in my study. It's like, where the fuck are you, man? Like, where's the lights in this place? Instead of I'll use torches. I kind of wanted to do the lighting last. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to do lighting last, but while I'm here, I may as well do it. So let's undo the rotation, bring it up. I'm looking for this panel, like that back face. That's what I'm looking at. Rotated by 90, snapped, yes. And as you can see, you get really close, it snaps to the wall. And let's just use a few different ones. Well, actually, it doesn't make a difference. I don't care. I was thinking, I'm like, I don't want the flickers to be all the same, but I'm like, well, it's the same material, so it should be the same. Now let's get a look at this. Look at how this looks. Look. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Welcome to my dimly lit study. Make yourself at home. Can't see shit, man. Am I playing with light? I just want to make sure of one thing. Oh, I know what happened. Just a second here. My camera, that camera rig that I did. What I did, just pause. I'm thinking, let me just bring out the collection stuff again. Where is my... That's why. I was wondering where my flashlight went. I swear I had one. Yeah, you can kind of see the light, like that's what I meant by flashlight. Again, it kind of kills the ambience. I'm not gonna lie, like it kind of looks better without the flashlight, or maybe I can make it dimmer. It may not be that noticeable, but if we make it that pixelated look, let me throw them into here. Oh, I got an idea. I know I'm like jumping back and forth, but kind of just how this shit works. That you can really see the effect here, the pixelated thing. Without it, yeah, you can see the detail. With it, you get this splotchiness, you know, the banding kind of stuff going on. So I'm gonna park him. I'm just gonna park him here for a sec. Step outside that. Man, that is fucking cool. I'm just gonna go look at this. Yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Now, would you have a light source above these bookshelves? Maybe, maybe not. You know what we could do? Could throw some candles in there. Just throw some stone candles. It's been a while since I've used stone. Again, wooden shelf, stone. Oh wait, I got an idea. I got a better idea. Hold on. I'm just full of ideas today. Let me turn off the pixel. Like I don't really need the pixel camera right now. So I can move. No? Turn that on. Oh, it's this extra setting. Okay, that's what I need to turn off. I'm just gonna adjust these torches to be higher. But okay, you know what? I'm changing my mind once again. Nothing new happens. I like that. That's dope. That's dope. I'm feeling that. Let's put a lantern in the hanging, like a hanging lantern kind of thing. Let's go with metal. Yeah, I need the sconce one. Someone from Wisconsin. Bring it up. Bring it in. Oh yes, this is what I want. Now again, I'm not a lighting guy, I'm not a architecture or anything, so I'm not sure if this makes sense. But part of me says just do it. And I will do so. And I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of do like playing around with like lighting and stuff because it's kind of just cool to see how like a room reacts to the lighting. So I'm just gonna get a look at this. Yeah, it's a bit dim. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like a nightclub in here. Kind of fucked up, but you know, I don't judge. Maybe if I drop them a bit lower, maybe that helps. Or other light sources that I have. Torches. Oh, I know. Okay, hold up. Check this out. Chandelier. With the stone one. Oh yeah, there we go. So then I'll put that in this room, or maybe I can put it up here. Feel me? Does that make sense? Oh, I got this damn flashlight. Let me step outside of that. So maybe a chandelier at the top. It's kind of like, yeah. Okay, I'll be real. I like it better in the room. Maybe I'll just put those torches back outside because they did provide good lighting for this hallway. And so maybe I can duplicate them. Like bounding blocks, 180 those. Oh yeah, and I'll put them up maybe higher. I mean, again, I'm not too picky. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. That would catch fire. It's like, well, this isn't a simulation, man. This is just like a fucking render. Like, so I'm not gonna take it too seriously. I'm not gonna try to adhere to like fire safety standards or anything. But hell yeah, I like that. And we'll add some little candles here and there, just to break up the lighting, I guess. So, take some candles. Oh right, that's what I was thinking. The candle stand, probably what I could have used, but too late for that. Part of me feels like I should hide these walls. Or can I just see through them? Oh, whatever, I'll just deal with it. Okay, let's put a candle here. If you're wondering what that gap is about, that was because I made every model, or maybe I didn't. I can't remember. At this point, I don't care. It had something to do with, it had something to do with every model being like planted on the floor, but that's not the case right now. Oh, but like I said, it's not like you can snap everything, right? You should just, it gives you a general idea of where things go, and then it's up to you to incrementally snap it. Part of me feels like this light is too distracting, but again, maybe it works. I'll put a lantern on this ceiling, actually. I can do that. It's kind of weird how I'm not gonna deal with lighting right now, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. Kind of funny how that works. And then I may as well put one at the end of here too, for symmetry. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe I made this pack just because I'm like, I wanted to play with lights. So I had to design architecture and like pillars and walls and floors just so I could play with lighting. Oh shit. Oh shit. I like this a lot. I feel like this would be very difficult to read in a room like this, to be honest, but hey, you know, I'm not a dungeon keeper librarian guy, so maybe this is the appropriate amount of light. Okay, I hate to say it. I gotta get rid of one thing here. I gotta get rid of these jars. I know what I'm gonna put. I'm just all in on the lighting now for some reason. Let's throw in these candle stands. Let's go with the A version. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I got a better idea. Okay. We'll do one. We'll just put it off into the kind of off center. You know, it's not exactly in the center, but because I don't want to do two. I gotta find out the name of those things. I keep calling them candle stands. Yeah, I like this one candle stand, like just off to the center, off to the side, because then it's like. There's the issue of like I can't read these books if the lighting is all fucked up, right? Maybe I break this lantern down? Does that help? I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Kind of weird how like the lantern casts like this shadow down as you enter. Feels very uninviting. And I have the pixel filter. Maybe that's what's fucking with things. If I turn the pixel filter off, yeah, it's a little bit more readable. A little bit more. Okay, I gotta like control myself here. I'm gonna like no. Part of me is like don't control. Keep adding the lights. Is this guy losing his fucking mind? Like, I had an idea. What if you had a lit candle in the fucking shelf? I don't know why. Oh right, okay, so if I show you the extras, so that little light bulb bouncing up and down, it's kind of conflicting with like bring it out, it looks good, but now it's not on the shelf. So I debated, you know, I really debated. I'm like, maybe I'll have to adjust the heights of those candles, but then just say fuck it, right? Maybe I'll find a better way to. Yeah, because like if I can explain a bit, if you'll indulge me for a second here. The reason I have it bobbing up and down like that is because that's actually providing the flickering shadow. If it's too low, the shadow is like too big or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, having it lower works, but there's gotta be a better way to light these shelves. Or maybe they don't even belong here. Maybe they should be in this room. Anyway, like I said, I'm kind of getting carried away, so I'm not gonna worry too much about all of this, but it is fun. I will admit, it is kind of fun to play with this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the candle stuff was, like, closer. It'd make more sense. Or even if I had the chandelier up here. And I feel like things are more readable. Let's try a different one. Let's try... Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew I was gonna get obsessed with, like, the lightings. Kind of why I wanted to hold off and not do it right away. Because I purposely made the metal variants of the lighting a little bit brighter, I think. Pretty sure that's how I did it. But of course, you know, with my rig here, I have a light, so I can always read things indefinitely. But I'm trying to think of it as, like, if you don't have a light, you know, like, I don't have a light on me right now. You know what I mean? Like, how would you navigate and see things? But again, you know, I'm just tripping. I'm probably just tripping, right? It's not that relevant. And it seems kind of overkill for a fucking hallway, in my honest opinion. That seems like overkill. I like the chandelier in the room. Okay, like I like that. It makes sense. Lights up the whole area. This I feel like is kind of overdone. So I will undo a lot of this. Maybe just have like 2 of these candles off. Man, this really bugs me. Like, why is this shelf so dark and like unreadable? Again, I'm not designing a game. I'm not designing a level or like anything special. I'm just playing with these assets, and it's bugging me. It's not like it's fun. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's very fun. It's just it's distracting me how I can't figure out how to light my own damn bookshelves. You'd think I would know, but no, apparently I don't. Either these are some weak ass lights, or I don't know how to light up a room. I'm inclined to believe that it's a bit of both. Anyway, yeah, I'm wasting like so much damn time on this, but I have to. You can just hear like it in my voice. Like, I won't let this go. I'm like There's gotta be a good way to light these. I swear. I feel like the candle would have done the trick, but it kind of glitches out, so I don't really want to. I want to rely on that. Like, this candle stand works perfect, right? It's very readable, very semi-readable. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision. No more lighting. We're not playing with lighting right now because it's too much. That's way too much. I'm gonna go insane trying to light up something that's not meant to be lit. So yeah, let's like, again, I'm like fighting. Like, I'm like, okay, just one more. Let me try it again. I got a better idea. I'm gonna move these damn bookshelves out of the way. I don't need to read. Oh, I do need to read. I really do. But I'm not gonna let them hold this power over me to what am I even talking about? It's fucking books. So let's just move everything. Yeah, so I'm not gonna let it get to me. Like, this is my biggest issue with this damn project. The smallest thing that bugs me, I have to like undo and redo everything. Look, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm like redoing the damn lighting. I'm like, I can't let it go. I'm sorry, I just can't. Let me turn off those extras, but it's gonna distract me. And we'll put one on this wall for good measure. And then I'm done. Then I'm done with this dam. I should have never have started by making a study. I should have just not. Yeah, okay. Okay, I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like this a lot. This works. Like this does not work. I like this. I like just using these torches. They kind of light up the whole area. They're not casting a bunch of shadows. This works for me. I really like it. It's kind of synchronized, which... Am I really gonna do this? Yes, yes I am. No, I can't. I was gonna use different types of torches. See, like, these are all metal, so they all have like the same flicker rate, but it's okay. It's fine. So let's just throw this. The thing about this chandelier, like, I feel like maybe it needs to be that high for maybe higher. I don't know. Anyway, let's cool it with the lighting study. And let's just continue building the damn thing first. So let me just move this out of the way. It's distracting me. Okay, what goes in a library? It's a really good question. Paintings. Hey, why not? Got some paintings. Just throw a couple of those in the middle. Let's it off here. A very talented painter. Yeah, I draw in the night and the daytime. Those are like the two scenes that I can draw. Okay, paintings, and let's throw in some banners to spruce it up a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna make a decision here. Move that wall out to see it better. Probably could have hid them, but actually I knew that. I don't know why I moved them. We'll throw up the blue banner. Represent our dungeon the crew, our house. Represent our house. We're blue. We're the blue. Oh fucking no. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll throw in a bit of red, just for the fun of it. This has kind of been teaching me though, like, just to be serious. I know I've been kind of clowning around, but like, to be real with you for a second, I never realized how much goes into actual like level design, or you know, if you're playing like a Zelda game and you're walking through a dungeon, it sort of tells a story. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's a modern game. Probably not Skyrim, but I'm just gonna use that as an example. Like in a Skyrim game, if you walk around an area, it's kind of set up a certain way, right? It's like, oh, what were they studying here? What were they doing before I killed them and looted them? So yeah, what I'm saying is like a lot goes into this kind of stuff, so I can kind of I kind of have like a new appreciation for that. Not easy, no, not at all. Very very tedious. But I guess at the same time, if you're that kind of person who loves to, if I can say it, like play with Legos, or like, you know, you like build, maybe like Minecraft kind of people. If you're really into that stuff, then I feel like maybe you would be good at level designing stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this tells a story, like something happened here, and I can tell you, let the layout of the room tell you the story kind of thing, if that makes sense. For me, I'm just throwing shit down, like I'm trying to not worry about lighting, but it's very distracting and very disturbing to me. You know, it's not oh, what the hell did I do? Yeah. Not everything has to be lined up proper, right? I mean, I kind of just do that because I'm very nitpicky about my process, but yeah, like I was saying, like, you know, things don't always have to be lined up. They can be off center, they can be rotated slightly, and I feel like that adds more more personality to the layout of the area. So yeah, what else we got here? Carts. I don't think there's a big cart in here. Chairs. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. So let's add a somewhere here. There's like a study. You know, like someone's studying for like an exam or what do people study for in dungeons? Good question. What did I say? Tables. Okay. And again, sticking to the wooden theme. Let's go with. Oh, now I'm thinking of like, okay, maybe we're eating here. You don't eat in a library. Like, that's just bad manners. It seems like a good enough table size. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the story here is. Stupid, but I gotta do it. Yes, I love this. This to me screams library, you know, dungeon, the dungeon library. I'll throw these crates up on it. Yeah, okay. This guy was here. He's out here studying for like his, I don't know, like a fucking dungeon exam. You could probably tell already I'm not like I'm not a dungeon guy. I don't know what people do in dungeons. But he's studying, okay? So that's that's gonna be my story here. So let's just add some chairs before I get carried away. Add some wooden chairs, because again, those make sense to me. Okay, so this guy's out here studying. Now, what is he studying? Let's find out. What is this fucking Dora the Explorer? Let's find out. Okay. Yeah, okay, he's got books upon books upon books to study, so he takes a crate full. Oh, I already had it here. Okay, whatever. Do I have any? No, I do have books. These seem like tiny books in my opinion, but no, I think it makes sense. I think it's somewhat to scale. Okay, so here's the plan. This person who was in here before we killed him and looted them was studying something. Now, oh shit. What was he studying? You know what I mean? You gotta stack those books, make it look like, oh yeah, I've been like studying. You know what I mean? Like I got so much. Yeah, I like that. You gotta stack it to make it look like you've been busy. Okay, so he's got candles. Light them up like that. Studying by candlelight. Right, because I took away the chandelier, so let's put that back. Oh man, the more I think about it, the more I hate this shadow. It's kind of distracting, if anything, but whatever. I'm gonna not worry about it. Okay, maybe I'll offset it a bit. It doesn't have to be in the center. Maybe it's just in the entrance. Okay. So your boy's out here. He's studying from this library. And, a few more candles in there, just for fun. I know I said I wasn't gonna do lighting, but there's just something about it that's just so addicting. I'm addicted to lighting. What was I gonna do? I was gonna put a chest somewhere here. Now, why would you need a chest in a library? I feel like there's other stuff that should go in this place. Maybe more tables or more shelves. I always use more shelves. We'll just throw it up on the wall. Like that. We got potions and maybe a few more paint. Oh, I don't know. The paintings I feel like work best in the hallway. Yeah. Oh, we look through my prefabs. Maybe I can find some inspiration for more things. It's a dungeon, right? I mean, of course you're gonna have a weapon rack in a library. You never know when pesky invaders come in and try to loot your library. You gotta protect yourself, you know what I mean? And maybe you're studying. Oh shit. Maybe you're studying to. Where is it? Yeah, okay, maybe you're studying to take this sword out of the stone. Why would you study to do that? I don't know. Maybe, like a wisdom kind of thing. It's like, you know, how many books have you read? What's your reading level at? It's like and yeah, we'll throw in like some food, you know. No, food doesn't belong. Gotta have weapons. Nah. Oh shit, here we go. What is he studying? He's studying how to be a wizard, right? He's got these okay, fuck the sword, get rid of that. And instead of this giant table, nobody needs that much space to study. Okay, let's do it this way. He is figuring out how to. Yeah, I like this better now. He cracks open a book from one of the shelves and he's like, I need to slot these gems in, but I gotta like read the manual on how to do it, or I gotta read up on, I don't know, maybe it's like a fucking vocabulary puzzle or something. Yeah, that to me looks much better. That's much better. So he is here. Well, this is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of like some storytelling type of thing. So this guy's studying his weaponry by candlelight. Okay. Off to the side, he's got a couple other things to look at. His lantern, his torch. He's got a crate full of other books. He's got weapons that he's been studying. And maybe he's slotting gems into them. I can, that seems reasonable to me. So let's throw some banners in here then. Yeah, we'll throw some green, what did we put? Okay, we'll put some green ones in there. Maybe it could be like, what's that video game trend? Yellow paint. like where it leads people or something like that. Maybe we could have like banners. The different colored banners tell you what type of room you're in or something. Okay, I'm feeling this room a little bit now. We'll add some more crates, of course. Barrels and crates. I'm just trying to figure out what goes on this wall. Unhide that. Okay, let's just take a little quick tour through this. Move the cameraman over here. Okay, turn that on, nope. You just point them on so it's not shining light directly on anything. Okay, maybe I'll build a little passageway through here. Okay, check this out. We enter this hallway. It's got a couple paintings, some banners up here. Synchronized lights flickering. I'll edit that later. I'm just gonna go with this. Look around, you know, there's some crates and barrels, sack of questionable materials. Might be grain, might be rice, could even be flour. We come to the shelf, and it's like, okay, someone was clearly studying here. Someone was busy. I don't know, maybe they had like some coffee or something like that, and they were studying something here. So what happened here? We go into this dark room. Oh man, this is dope. It's like, what the hell is going on over here? You feel me? But it's too dark to see, so you can't. There's that dot again. Fuck. That dot from the beginning of the earlier. Part of me is like, do not touch the lighting. Do not touch the lighting, but I kind of want to now. Oh, I can move the chandelier back. Might help. So yeah, like I was saying, okay, we're wandering around. There's a cool hallway, kind of narrow. Maybe I'll put a pillar on that corner, actually. Now that I look at it, pillar would fit on that corner. It's not bad, not bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's kind of dingy for a library, but you know, I've been in. I wouldn't say I've been in a dingy library. Probably not since like grade school, but. Again, it's the damn shadow that kind of distracting to me. I have an idea. If it's that distracting, why don't I just rotate it? Or does that affect anything? Do you see what I'm kind of doing? Trying to get the light to not have so much shadow, so I'm ever so slightly adjusting. If that makes sense. Like, if you catch my drift. Oh shit, there we go. Okay, I'm beginning to understand this better. Just making slight adjustments. Kind of highlight. Okay, so let me. I was reading some level design document maybe like a week ago, and it was talking a bit about lighting. Like, again, I'm not making a game, I'm not doing any level design, but in a level, depending on how your lighting is set up, you can kind of lead the player to look at certain things. So like, if we enter this room, that table to me is kind of lit up. It's not really covered in shadows. So I would naturally go over there and look at it. And I don't know, maybe pick up a textbook and then you gain something or whatever. But it's kind of interesting. And look at this. Oh yeah. It's kind of what I expect from a dungeon, a library dungeon. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and put pillars here now. I want to see what they would look like. Doesn't seem to be interfering. I don't think so. Looks. Does that look appropriate? I feel like that looks much better. Let's look at the other side. Oh yeah, I like the symmetry. I really like the symmetry. That's fucking dope. How does it look in the pixel way? Shitty. I like it. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this pixel filter thing that I really like. It just adds that. Oh man, there's something about it that just clicks with me. You know what I mean? Like it just looks right to me. You know what this place needs? Some candles. Yeah, like I was saying, you know what this place needs? Some candles. And then we'll do. I want to see something. They probably have different flickering rates. We'll just assume it does. Oh, before I forget, because I know this is something I don't do enough. Save the damn thing, because I have lost not so many, but I remember the other day I was working on not an intricate layout like this. Like it's probably the most intricate I've done, but something crashed and I lost a lot of that progress, and I tried to recover it and I couldn't. And so I'm surprised it took me this long to remember to save something. You kind of see what I'm trying to do here? Like if I remove this chandelier, I'm trying to space them out so that they cover out, obviously they're too close together like this, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of dark areas in this room. That might be overkill. I think so. I think that's overkill. But I'm not gonna lie, it looks dope. I think this looks dope. Oh shit, I forgot to turn off that wireframe. I'll do it after. It's fine. Oh wait, I can just turn this off. Because it's been a while, let me just check what it looks like with my flashlight. Yeah, so the idea is like I'm trying to make these layouts so I can kind of do like a panning thing like this. You know what I mean? Like just a straight panning kind of thing, and then put some text over top or some shit like that. But I can kind of see why I kept the flashlight on this camera, because it kind of just naturally lights things up better, as opposed to like because I think I was getting what's that term, lost in the sauce or whatever, or like kind of a little bit too focused on like, oh, I gotta put this lighting over here and over here so I can see it. But really, it's like, man, you got a fucking flashlight on your camera. Why does it matter where every light is placed? It's not real life. You know, this is just an animation. It's just a demo layout you're doing. But I legit think I like this flashlight. It looks sick. Again, maybe this is a bit overkill, but then again, it's not real, right? But this is so sick. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, this is actually coming together. It's like a fucking kit, you know, a dungeon kit that you can take and probably build something that's not so. I mean, okay, I gotta give myself a little bit of credit. Like, it doesn't look that bad. Okay, like, it looks decent at best. I wouldn't say it's anything groundbreaking or what the fuck is that? Or anything spectacular, right? But no, for the most part, I think it looks pretty decent. So I'm gonna not be so critical of everything in this. But that's enough lighting. I keep saying, I know, trust me. I gotta fill out this library though, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, it's not a library until I say it's. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna remove these shelves. This big table, does it fit anyone? Maybe not. I'll just do it. So the idea here, I'll turn this back on, I'll pause this. I'm just gonna fill this wall with shelves too, because with bookshelves. To me, it's a hack, right? It's a quick and dirty way to fill out the room. One more. And yeah, we'll just ignore that it might burn down because some idiot put the candle stand over there. Yeah, I feel like these candle stands might be overkill. Maybe we'll put a few, not so many. Or I got a better idea. Let's get rid of the chandelier because I said so. No, I have a plan now to put a. Let me try the lantern again. I feel like I didn't give it enough. I didn't give enough. Let's go with the metal lanterns. Oh, they're not even attached to the wall. No, these lanterns don't work. Okay. Oops. Turning off music. Yeah. I'll just. The lanterns are giving me issues. Like, I don't know why. Because they don't cast light downwards. They're more like. Like to the sides. So Maybe lanterns aren't the answer. Maybe I should make a category for lighting, because it is kind of annoying to keep looking and looking and looking. Oh, I know what I'll do. Oh, I just got an idea. What if I put these candle stands up higher? 'Cause then they would shine light further down. Okay, I gotta fucking chill out. Like, I don't know why I'm going like all in on this lighting. I'll be honest though, like if I was actually studying in a room like this, I'd probably go insane because of all the yellow light. No, I might be able to actually like get some work done. Except my work is, well, I'm doing my work and it's on the computer, so I guess I don't really see it working in a dungeon setting. Anyway, not to get too like deep into that, but I like this a lot, like playing around with lighting and getting an idea of what I want to do with lighting, I guess. No, that ruins it. Maybe if I did like... No, that just looks stupid. Like, why the fuck is the candle stand like high up there? I might, like, this is honestly a good way to experiment though, because now I'm thinking like maybe I do need to touch up how my lighting is done, and something that casts light down, and something that's very, I don't know, I'm just tripping out, to be honest, I have no idea. I want, like, I'll give you an example, something like that, but I don't have anything long enough that can float out and light that. And again, I gotta understand that none of these lighting things actually go into a game engine, right? You're not exporting the lighting. You're doing the lighting in your own game engine. I'm just doing like just a demo scenario. It's like this was lit in Blender. It would be subject to change depending on how you decide to do your lighting. I'm just giving you oh shit, I just got an idea. I'm just giving you an idea of what it would look like. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I just had an idea. Which is a very crazy idea. What if we just put tables in these corners, snap them, throw that up. So that helps me shine. So let me explain what I mean by like shining down. This cone of light, if it's too far down, it's too narrow, but if it's too high up, it's too weak. So to make things make sense, sorry, I'm too nitpicky, like it can't be floating between. And I know it's like, dude, nobody notices, but it's like, you don't understand. I know this. And that's like the worst scenario to have. It's like when I notice it's wrong, then I can't let it stand. Anyway, I think I just solved my own problem here. I'll use tables as they were meant to be used to hold candle stands. Something like that, yeah. And this one, okay, yeah. And you might be wondering what kind of library is this? I would never see a dungeon library like this. Now, to that I say, it's my library. It's not much. It's not cohesive. Sometimes it downright doesn't even make sense, but I made it, and I'm happy with that. I'm proud of that. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sometimes I'm just like rambling to myself about like. I think I'm beginning to get a better idea of what's been happening with this project. I did this just so I can play with lighting design. Kind of lame, to be honest. You'd think I would do this for other reasons, but no. This was this is why I did what I did. Oh, I thought I duplicated that. Okay. Okay, last thing I'm gonna add before I... Been about 3 hours on stream, so I might cut it and we'll do another stream next time. But I want to add the carpets. I just realized I don't have any carpets. How unfortunate. Oh, and I guess I could show off how these cracks work. I mean, kind of a weird looking crack, but... Or like dirt stains, I don't know. I call them cracks, but they might not be. So you kind of see what I mean? You have like a cracked wall, or like a... The very shiny cracks. Now, why is that? I honestly don't have an answer for you. I kind of just got carried away with my process, and I guess I ended up making shiny cracks, shiny patterns. I mean, sometimes it can look dope. Like, sometimes it fits, but other times it just looks kind of bad, to be honest. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry too much about those. And this might not be the type of floor that would crack like this, right? Maybe it would be like a smaller type of crack or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'm gonna lay down my carpet. So what color carpet do I want in this dungeon? I don't think I've done green before. Let's go with green. From the very entrance, we have our carpet coming in. Oh, I thought we deleted something. Okay. We'll rotate it. So I hope you can kind of see the general idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, it lines up. Alright, that should be... I'll put that in the corner. So yeah, this carpet, if you follow the carpet, it leads you to a weapon rack. Why? Don't ask. Or no. I got a better idea. I just had a better idea. Instead of a weapon rack, give me 1 second here. I just had a really good idea. We'll move that. Weapon rack stays. I mean, it's a library. We need a weapon rack. Okay. You got a weapon rack off to the sides. You know, you're coming out the door. You know, you arm yourself. You know, get ready to fight someone. No. What is it? Chest. Let's do the decorated one. Like just something different. Hell yeah. How's that? Or you know, no. This chest needs to be on something. Oh, let me put it down. Leave it alone. I don't want to keep reusing the same thing. Maybe something. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. This is very bizarre, but hey, you know, it's cool. So this carpet leads you through the library to a chest, a treasure chest full of something. Oh no, I was gonna put some debris down. Just to make it look a little bit old and kind of worn out. You know, it's been... Yeah, so like I was saying earlier in the stream, I don't like the profile of this debris. It's too square. You know, I don't like that. This one makes sense. This is just like a pile of rubble, right? But it's on the wall for some reason. I didn't even play with coffins. Of course there would be coffins in a library. Or fountain. Yeah, there's a lot of things I wasn't really using. I was kind of just reusing the same things over and over, but hopefully you get the general idea. Oh, a ladder. A library needs a ladder. You know what I mean, like those wheelie ladders that, you know, people climb up and like grab something from. Shit, I keep turning off the music. I'll just do it by hand. Or, you know what we'll do? We'll make an extra tall ladder. I'm curious, can I just join these? I can. Wow. I did not know that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, let's just take a quick look. Oh wait, oh, I just saw something. Oh, it's the ladder. I'm an idiot. I feel like that's kind of overdone with the chandelier. I'm just gonna cut it out for now. Okay, let's go through this dungeon, and just for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna turn off the light. Okay, we are now dungeon crawling, or dungeon crawlers. We're doing something. Maybe we're dungeon brawlers. That might be cool. So yeah, first thing came to mind. This crack is shiny, and that's kind of stupid. So that's, I'm gonna put that down in my notes. Where are my notes? Crack is shiny. That is a very disturbing sentence. Remove. I think it was the normal max. Yeah, I have very. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say. I'm not stupid. Okay. I put on the pixel filter because I think it looks dope. And let's go through this abandoned library with synchronized lights. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but that's gonna bug me. I know it will. At this point, what doesn't bug me? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like a lot of things bug me. Yeah, let's go with these torches. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Stone torch. No. Stone torch on a sconce. Just rotate because I don't want to keep turning off the music. Let's go like metal, stone, wood. Okay, let's do that. Metal, stone, and then we'll do this one as wood. And then we'll adjust this one too. So that's metal, that's metal. So let's make that stone. I really shouldn't delete them before I should. Oh, stone. That one can be wood. And this was metal. That can be metal. That can be stone. Oh no, I'm getting tripped up now. Okay. Metal, stone, wood. Metal, stone. That should be stone. That should be. Oh, so I'm nitpicky about my damn thing. Okay, fuck it. Let's just go. Remove that. We'll put stone there. Because then it goes metal, stone, wood. Oh, that's metal. I'm not reading metal, stone. Yeah, okay. It should be good. It should be good. I don't want to waste too much time. I gotta cut the stream soon. Okay. I think this is kind of good too. I focused mainly on like one layout as opposed to building a huge area. But okay, let's see this. Oh no. That's what I feared. It's completely synchronized. Okay, I gotta make another note. The power of the lighting on all of those torches has to change. Okay. This is why I wanted to stream. This is why I wanted to play test this pack, just to find these little bugs. Okay, so torch flame. Adjust power offset. Oh, put down the lantern. Lantern, torch, and candles. Okay, I'll do that off stream. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Enough fucking around. Let's look through this now. So here we go. We magically float into a dungeon. Or into a hallway. There's some reflective material on the wall. Kind of gross. Now, this debris tells me that this is an abandoned kind of area. Otherwise, there wouldn't be debris on the ground. Oh shit, that looks so sick. I like that a lot. That is dope. How does that look without the pixel? It looks alright, but yeah, I like it with the pixel filter. Oh shit! I'm loving this. I like this a lot. Get yourself a sword. Okay, you got like your sword on. There's more debris on the ground. So it's like, what happened here? There's like cracks in the floor. Very, very reflective, shiny. I don't know, maybe you could be like, it's blood on the floor, or like some black fungus ooze stuff. I don't know. Like, I'll probably have to adjust it later. I most likely will. But I really like these candle stands on top of the tables, because it really, to me, it sells the idea that they're lighting up the room. Before it felt like they're too dark. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Table leads you right to the chest. 2 torches, you know, there's like 3 banners, like everything's all symmetrical. Like hop on up, you claim your prize. It's like, what do you win? It's like, I don't fucking know. I know I was struggling a lot with this layout, but to be quite honest with you, I'm pretty happy with how this, like, this is sick. Like, this is fucking sick. How does this look without it? It still looks good. Like, I was surprised. Like, it still looks pretty decent. You got these corner pillars, you got these 3 banners, you got the 2 torches, they lead to 1 chest, you got 2 candle stands on the side, you got the 2 tables, like, pull up a seat, like, what do you want to study? It's like, show me, you know, like, teach me about these gems or some shit. This little candle I could probably just get rid of. Doesn't really add anything. And maybe this big one. I don't know, I'll leave it. I like the aesthetic of a lit candle on a table. So like, there's a book, a key, some staves, some gems, and a couple other books. What sick, twisted ritual was going on here? Yeah, I'm hyped. Like, I can't lie. Like, this is fucking cool. Let's turn the pixel filter back on. Oh shit. Okay, one last thing I'm gonna add, and then I'm gonna end the stream, and we'll continue building this or tweaking stuff tomorrow, or next stream, which might most likely will be tomorrow. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Okay. I'm gonna take. Okay, I can't cheat. That's good to know. Don't ever cheat. That's a bad thing. Demo scene. Oh, I gotta read these. That was part of demo scene 3. Okay, I'm like I said, I'm just gonna cheat a little bit here. I know I keep saying I'm gonna cheat. It's like, is he gonna cheat? I'll just hide this. Just turn it off. I'll put that into demo scene 2 because I think it fits there. I'm gonna copy this fog. Just reset this origin stuff. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna rename this to 04 fog. And then I'll put it into demo scene 4. Okay, you're like, what did you copy? What is that? Fog. I copied that fog. Okay. Fog going on. Oh shit, I forgot. I have a sun in here too. Probably could have used that instead of using the whole stream to fuck around with lighting. Okay, one last thing I gotta do, just so it doesn't interfere. Yeah, anyway, I was gonna test one, I know I keep saying I'm gonna end it, but let me try one. Holy shit. That's a lot of fog, you know, like that is a serious amount of fog in this fucking scene. Then again, I also have like the sun. I'm gonna turn off the sun, I'll do that later, I'll fuck around with it later. Okay, check this out. Look how foggy this scene is. I feel like it needs to be adjusted, okay. We'll just go into the material settings really quick and we'll call this 04 fog. Now let's see, is there a way to play with the density? Before I do so, let me just see. Yeah, because I don't want too much fog, right? I feel like it's kind of overkill when you have so much. It kind of ruins the scene, in my opinion. But just a little bit. Let me turn off the overlays. It really helps, a little bit of fog, especially when it's like traveling around like that. It really helps highlight the lighting and stuff. Might be a bit too. Yeah, see, like that is what I was talking about. That is overkill. Yeah, there's a lot to this fog setting stuff that I don't really understand, so a lot of it's just trial and error, to be honest. Oh man, I just realized how choppy it looks on stream. It's kind of choppy on my end too, I'm not gonna lie, but what if I turned off the pixel filter? No, I'm just gonna undo these settings because I don't know what I'm doing. Just keep it like that, and whoa. You can kind of see that the streak of fogginess, but yeah, you get the idea. Just turn the pixel back on. Oh, maybe if I change that. Yeah. At this point, I'm not really doing anything relevant anymore. I'm just playing around with like settings. But yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity to end the stream here. And honestly, I got nothing really to promote, to say. I mean, this is kind of what I want to do. This is the promotion, I guess. But yeah, no, I really got nothing to like advertise, promote. I'm just gonna be tweaking and testing this dungeon pack, and I'm in the final steps of finally getting this thing out the door and released on my itch page. There's no information or plan about pricing or anything like that right now. Just want to get it done, get these little bugs tweaked and fixed, and create some of these layouts so whoever ends up using this pack, you know, they can walk around and kind of get an idea of how these assets work together. But also, you know, because I want this to be as good as it can be. Like, this is the biggest project I have ever worked on to this date, and I want to take it seriously, and I want to really put something out that I can really be that I can be satisfied with. You know what I mean? Like, I may or may not come back and update this pack. It really depends on it really just depends on my schedule and you know, how I'm feeling. It's like, maybe I don't want to do it right away. Maybe I'll take like a bit of a break from dungeons in general. But other than that, I mean, I probably just want to get back to making music, you know, focus on tunes and working on my Astro Knight story. Kind of want to play around with more of those animations and yeah, just kind of make music, focus on Astro Knight, and put those two together and make something good, you know, something nice, something I can enjoy. But don't get me wrong, like, I know I've been making fun of like Dungeon, you know, I've been like hacking on it, but this project has seriously taught me so much about 3D in general and given me a much greater appreciation for the dungeon fantasy crawling genre. Like, if you can't already tell, like, I'm more of like a science fiction kind of guy. I like space, you know, rocket ships and planets and stuff, but this has been really, really outside my element, and I feel like that's what you need as an artist, as a hobbyist, to really push yourself to really grow in that field, right? You just gotta push yourself, you know, push yourself outside of your boundaries. And you never know. I mean, you never know what you'll learn. You may learn a new skill. You may unlearn a new skill. That could be a possibility. But take it from me, like, and you probably don't have to take it from me, to be honest, but my advice is honestly, like, yeah, like, push yourself to do something you're not familiar with, something that's hard to do, something that's makes you uncomfortable. Not like squeamish, not like, oh, that shit's fucked up. I would never do it. Like, you don't have to do that. But do the vice versa. If you're like a dungeon crawling kind of person, you love fantasy, you like Lord of the Rings and all that kind of stuff, I challenge you. No, I don't have to challenge anyone. I would implore you to branch out. Maybe try and get into sci-fi or something like that, you know. Just push yourself, you know, and just push your boundaries. You'll be surprised at what you can do in a year, because what you're looking at on screen, this took me a year of my time, like a bit more than a year, like a year and about a month, so probably like 13 months at this point, to get to this point, you know what I mean? And like, of course, I still see many flaws, you know, I'm still, like, you could see this whole fucking stream, I'm like nitpicky, I'm like, okay, I gotta make a note, I gotta refix that and all that, but that's just part of the process, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I feel like you really do grow as a creator, you know, as a person, as an artist, whatever you want to call yourself. And I feel like that's really what there was a good quote, I can't even remember it. It was like, good art disturbs the uncomfortable, and no, what the fuck was that quote? Hold on, let me read that quote. I'm gonna end this on a high note. Here we go. Okay, let me leave you with this quote. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. 100% guarantee with that. Let me read that again. I don't even remember what. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. You feel me? If you're disturbed, art should comfort you. And if you are comfortable, art should disturb you. And that speaks to me. Like, not to get too philosophical and all that, but yeah, this project really made me uncomfortable. Like, not in a grossed out kind of sense, but like, I don't really like this genre. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but you gotta step outside that comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do it. Just do it. But no, okay, that's it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop rambling about random nonsense. But this has been a blast. This was seriously a lot of fun to do. And I hope to continue it into the next stream. And I may or may not make some adjustments off stream to some things. Like, I'm trying not to be so nitpicky. I really want to get this done, get these layouts done, get the footage done of me building it so I can speed it up and show it in a video. But one step at a time, you feel me? One step at a time. This project will come to an end someday, and hopefully, what's today? Hopefully it'll be done before this year is over. That's what I'm pushing for, that's what I'm aiming for, so we'll see what happens. With that being said, I'm gonna put on the streaming bumper for maybe a few minutes, and then I'll cut the stream. So if you've been watching, you know, if you've been chilling with me, you know, silently or vocally, I don't know how you do it, but I appreciate it. I just want to say that. Like, I don't want to make fun of anyone. I really do appreciate the support. I appreciate people's inputs. It means a lot, and like people were saying earlier, like the Cosmic Leo was saying that, like, what the hell did he say here? 3D modeling is very undervalued, and there's so much that goes into it. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Like I never knew how much fucking work this would take. Let me just put it that way. I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be it won't take me long. I'll just make a few things here and there, but no, it constantly reiterating, and, you know, just building and building it, you know, tearing it down, building it back up again. Kind of the nature of the nature of the beast, I have to say. Nature of the work. So okay, one last thing, because this would just bug me now. One last thing. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why that bugged me so much. I'm like, those banners should be mirrored kind of thing. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in, for chatting it up, and, you know, just chilling. You know, do your own thing, and I'll do my thing. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut it here. No, I'm not gonna cut it. I'm gonna play the streaming bumper. Then I'm gonna cut it after like a minute or so. That being said, I got nothing else to say. So peace.